I thought rather than just talk today, I'd bring some props into the video. Basically, I want to talk about random things I've bought that at the time had a rhyme or reason to me buying them. There was a logic to what I was thinking. I had a vision of what I was going to do with it. And then that's never come to pass. I've never used them for the intended purpose. They're just gathering dust. Most of the stuff you'll notice in the video is just dirty looking now, where it's just been sat around for so long. Some more than others. Some of them look pristine. Actually, I'm quite pleased because they're going to go straight on Amazon/eBay after the video. But I'm hoping, in some way or another, someone watching might go, why don't you try this with it, and that'll work. Some of them are more obvious than others, and I'm just not going to use them. I'll start with these little push-up, what they call, like grabby bar thing. I don't know. The idea is you put them on the ground, they help you do push-ups. I got these, believe it or not, with a kettlebell that I think Kev had recommended I use to strengthen my shoulders and my arms, because my shoulders are just constantly weak. And you'd think having kids would help that, but it didn't. And I've just never used them. I think I tried to use them the day I got them out of the box. I tried to do some push-ups with them. It was quite difficult. I think I even tried for a little while, maybe like a week. I tried to use them regularly, and then I just thought, I can't do it. I'm not going to bother anymore. The kettlebell I used much more. I haven't brought that down. That's currently sat at the end of a bookshelf, weighing the bookshelf down in place. I don't know if it needs weighing down, but it makes me feel more confident about the TV sat on top of it. But that's what that does now. It's just sat there. It's like a little weight to secure this wall unit I built out of shelves that I couldn't be bothered to take apart. They're like Kallax box things from IKEA. I just stacked them up because I just thought, why not? But that sits there. That's the most important integral part. But for like a month or two, I used to lift them however many times every morning, and by I don't know, like a month and a half in, I just thought, I don't feel any stronger. This is just as hard as it was at the beginning. So I stopped doing it because I just didn't feel any benefit from doing it. I mean, there probably were benefits, but I just felt like I was hurting myself. So they're not all like, oh, I bought this exercise thing and it didn't work out. I mean, I've got plenty of that in my life. I bought an exercise bike once for my birthday money and never really used it. All sorts of stuff like that. But that's just part and parcel of being a fat fella. Other things I bought made a bit more sense at the time. I bought these Xbox and PlayStation adapter things, with the idea being I could plug them into my laptop, and I could then play games on the PS4 or the Xbox, beam them to my laptop, and the controller would work on the laptop with these. So it meant that I could just basically sit there and tap away, and I wouldn't have to bother my wife. They've never left their boxes. I've never needed to play a game that much that she's not let me go on the TV, so I've had to resort to it. If I want to play a game, I just say, oh, I'm going to play this, is that alright? And she just gives me the thumbs up and it's all good. So that's been a bit of a backfire in itself, because she's reasonable and nice and just goes, yeah, go for it. I'll just watch something else, or I'll go upstairs because we've got telly up there, or I'll sit on my iPad or whatever. She doesn't have a problem with me watching or playing my own games, which, great. But it also means that that's pointless, and it leads on to my PS Vita that is also equally pointless. I don't even know what game would be in here at the moment. I'm going to guess it's Persona, but I could be wrong. It is. It's Persona 4, which Kev tells me is one of the best games ever made. But I wandered around for the first, I don't know, I can't even close it now, 20 minutes of the game, maybe an hour. I played it for about 2 hours. Never felt like I was getting into it. I can't put this back together. It's definitely not broken. It works fine. See, that will probably go on Amazon or FaceBay, because it's actually in good nick and has some games in it. Bless Bosco, there was a spider in his room that he wanted me to catch, so I've gone and sorted that out. But yes, it's fully good, working order, probably going on FaceBay. I realise I can send the PS4 to that and have a handheld PS4, which appeals to me, but I don't play many games on the PS4, so again, it just feels like a waste of time, and I don't really know how to faff around setting that up. But that might be salvaged if I can get a game working on it that I want to play. The next thing that I got this off of Mrs. Sheepdog, so I hope she doesn't see me say this, but I got an Amazon Dot, little old Alexa, which I use daily. I say, Alexa, play a lullaby. Alexa goes, I don't understand what you just said. And I say, Alexa, play a lullaby. I'm not sure what you just said. After about 5 attempts, she plays a lullaby and gets Boo Boo off to sleep. But by that point, I've said it so many times, Boo Boo's wide awake and he's looking around the room wondering what the heck's going on. I always try and kick it off just as he's falling asleep to push him over the edge, but it doesn't work like that. She tells jokes, she plays songs off of Spotify, but I don't know what you're supposed to do with them. The adverts make it look like I'm going, Alexa, how's my train journey looking? And she'll just know. But because I don't get the train often, she's not going to know what train I mean. She's just going to say, what train are you getting? Or, I mean, I don't know the name of my train if I want to get a train just because I've booked a train. How's traffic looking? You're not going to know the route I drive, and I don't really want it to know the route I drive. It's all a bit mental. The only thing I really need to know is what day it is, what time it is, and what month it is. And that's why I got probably one of my most pointless gadgets, this waterproof, digital, acting radio-controlled clock that, as long as I keep batteries in it, I'm not even sure where you put the batteries, I think it all screws apart. I quite like this one and I do use it, but it is pretty pointless. I was tired of going into work not knowing what day it was, or having a shower and coming out and realising I'd spent 4 hours in there, maybe not that long, because there was no way of telling time. You know, my phone wasn't in the watery bit, so I couldn't tell. So I got this and put it in the shower with me. So now it means when I'm showering, I can be like, 17th of September, Monday. It's 24 degrees out. And I can just think to myself, I don't know, maybe bring a coat. Maybe remember you've got a meeting today. It's just useful, but it seems far over the top. I could just check my phone after the shower. But while I'm doing that, I think what I thought when I got that was, at the time, I really, really, really kept getting it wrong, or forgetting it was Thursday, or kept losing track of the time, and I was going for a bit of a period of that happening, and I just thought, you know what, if I got that, that would solve everything. But once I had it, I felt like it was really, really, really over the top for what it was, and I was just kind of like, I didn't really need to get that. I make that decision about things so often. I mean, that's the same with the adapter, because I'm basically saying I thought I was going to game a lot more than I otherwise do. I ended up getting this USB stick, which I couldn't find. It's about the same size. It looks exactly like that. And what it does that's special is it's Wi-Fi enabled. So when you plug it into something, it sends a signal out, and every other device can connect to it and store stuff on it or read stuff off it. And I thought it was the most amazing thing in the world, so I stuck it straight on my wish list for like Christmas and ended up getting one. And the idea in my mind was that if I was going on journeys, I was going to use the fact that I think it was Amazon Prime. I don't know if you can still do it, but you used to be able to save videos onto a device on Amazon Prime. And my thought process was I could save a video on it, and then when we were in the car on long journeys, the kids could just access it on their devices or whatever. I could store stuff on it and it'd be really useful. It'd be handy if I was just using it to store whatever I needed to store, and it's just extra storage that I can access from my phone. I think I tried to use it once and it kept dropping out for whatever reason, or the device. I think it was one of the Kindles just kept losing the connection. I think the iPad was fine, but the Kindle wasn't, and that just killed any further usage. I mean, the Kindle I could have just saved it direct to that. They both have enough storage on them. I could have saved it direct to both of them, but at the time, it made sense. I think I was so amazed by the fact that such a thing existed that I kind of just got carried away and went for it. Next big pointless thing, it's even got cobwebs on it. I'll see if I can get the cobweb into the picture. I think I can. This is a Celestron telescope that I got a couple of years back, which hasn't been as underused as perhaps you might think. But the problem I've got, as you can see by these, I wear spectacles, and when I look through that's not even the right bit you look through. I don't even know where you look anymore. I couldn't really see anything through it with my glasses on. I couldn't use it, and with them off, I couldn't see anything. So it was a bit of an epic waste of time. Now, I did take that down to wherever it was we went, southwest. I want to say Wigbertshire, but that's not a thing. I think that's in Scotland. Wiltshire, near Cornwall. We went down there, and my brother-in-law got it out and was trying to use it, but he established you couldn't see deeper with it. You could only see stars and stuff, or whatever. It was some sort of issue where it wasn't quite what he wanted to use it for. So he was like, it's good for us just looking at the moon and stuff, which is basically what me and Mrs. Sheepdog did. We laid on our driveway out front and looked at Mars when it was local. But what I found was I thought I was looking at it much more close up and you could see the roundness and that, and then I realised that it was just the way I had it focused. It didn't really work properly. We went to we went to a night event at a local farm where they had hundreds of big telescopes set up and you could look through them properly. And I learned pretty quickly that whatever we were looking at wasn't right. And he said to me, look through that, that's Mars. And you could see a really good picture of Mars on it. And you could see whatever we were looking at. I can't remember what planet it was we looked at, but you could see the moon in front of it. The moon of the planet was in front of it. Whereas when we were looking through that, we were just seeing the stars slightly bigger. And I regret it now because it's a beginner's telescope that I suppose is probably just for looking at the moon and looking at planes or whatever. But it's literally sat on top of this bookshelf gathering dust every day since. I think the worst thing I've bought, I'm just looking around making sure I've not left anything out on the table. The biggest waste of time that I've bought, though, and I couldn't find it. That's how much of a waste of time it was. I had it on my desk for 2-3 years when I had a computer desk. I used to sit out all the time, and then it went into a box when we moved, and it never came out of that box, and I haven't got a clue where it is. But it cost me, I think it was like 60 quid. And when I became a teacher, it was the big thing that everyone needed to own as an IT teacher, and I was really excited about owning one. It is, of course, the Raspberry Pi. Everyone said to me that they were going to revolutionise computing. It was going to be the biggest deal since sliced bread. Apparently, whenever some other computer came out 40 odd years ago, it was the one that revolutionised schools, and the Raspberry Pi was the next big pioneering thing. And I got mine, and I was just like, well, what do I do with it? And the thing that frustrated me was everything that you could do with it seemed to just be a way of doing something that would normally cost £100 for £60, but with all the effort involved. So you could take it, buy all these other bits, and make a tablet that would be about that thick, and you could just touchscreen tablet. Oh, great! It's got a whatever 2 gigahertz processor in it. It's got 500 meg RAM. My phone's got more than that. I know it's different times, but my phone's better than that. People were telling me to set it up as a NAS so I could store stuff, and I was like, well, I can just plug a hard drive into my actual router, and that will do the job. I've got my Wi-Fi USB stick. I can store everything on that if I need it. There were people telling me to put emulators on it and fill it with games, and I was like, well, isn't that illegal? So if that's their number one use, that's illegal. I shouldn't be doing that. There's literally nothing to use it for. People are saying use it as a computer, and I'm like, well, I've got a laptop, I've got a PC, I've got plenty of. I think if I was in the house and somebody just kept taking computers from me, I've got plenty of options before I ended up resorting to that. I'm pretty sure I could probably do more computing on this. I could do a lot more internet surfing on that than I could any of the other stuff. If I took my phone, my laptop, my PC, and my TV, I could use my Vita, and it'd be fine. I just don't know what the Raspberry Pi was for. People say it's learn Python on it, and I'm like, I could just get Python on my laptop and code Python on that, but I could also do the other ones that I've got a degree in. It's not for me. I just don't know what I could possibly use it for, and so that's gathering dust somewhere. I'd love it if I came up with a plan. If someone said to me, well, if you took the Pi and you took the USB stick and you connected the Alexa dot and these things, and you just hooked up a telescope somehow, and and used this to keep time during the project, and the weight, and these could, I don't know, if I could just turn them all into some sort of functioning robot, that'd be grand. I'd feel really happy then that it wasn't all in vain. But at the moment, I'm looking at this horde of stuff, and I'm thinking eBay, and that's good too, actually, because I could plough that into something else, like, I don't know, hair transplants. My hair's thinning out, but I need to stop buying things on a whim. And I feel a little bit guilty because I'm looking across this and I'm thinking, Mrs. Sheepdog got me that because I really, really wouldn't stop going on about it. I wouldn't stop going on about that. I think my sister got me a load of the other little bits and pieces. Some of it, I regret bringing this up because this is probably one of the most. I use this at least twice a day because of going in my bathroom. So it's a genuine piece of revolutionary technology in my house. I've learned a lot of jokes from this, but I just don't. Again, what am I supposed to shop with it? I get concerned when I look on my phone and hear how many conversations it's heard because it thinks I said Alexa. I look on the phone and I can see on the app that it heard me talking about stuff. Most of it's gibberish. It doesn't really understand what I'm saying, but I don't know. What am I supposed to be using them for? There's a job out there for people who would walk around going, oh, you own this. Are you aware you can do this with it? Blah, 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 blah. Set it all up. Here you go. This is what you should do. Teach me to do it. Job done. Because I'm probably living in... I'm basically this close to a house of the future, but I'm not using any of the parts. If I can walk in the door and go, hello, Alexa, why don't you turn the PS4 on and send it to the Vita? I will be playing it in the bathroom while I check the date and time and the temperature. Oh, Alexa, it's 20 degrees. Could you, I don't know, bring me my working out gear so that I can warm up? I could use the telescope to just see how, I don't know, the sky looks. See if, I don't know, whatever. I just need some sort of guidance. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to wrap it up there because I think that's all the stuff. I made a little list and I'm looking down it briefly every now and again. You probably see me darting. I've been darting around checking I've not left anything on the table because I'd be gutted if I turn the video off and see some other great white elephant that I've forgotten about. But yeah, I'd need to stop buying gadgets basically. I'm not fond of them and I make mistakes with them a lot. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me what gadgets you've bought that you wish you hadn't or that you don't use. Tell me ways I can use the ones I have got or just what I should do with them. And that would be great. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.